Indiana woman is fighting to protect her property after she says a contractor destroyed her land.
So this is happening in Greene County in the town of Bloomfield. Now, the woman says a contractor destroyed part of her land and is not taking responsibility for the damage. She called ITMate's senior investigative reporter Richard Essex for help.
Lina Swago is widowed. She lives in the house that she and her late husband bought nearly 30 years ago. The property line in the back of the house was marked by shrubs that she and her late husband planted shortly after they bought the house.
I looked out last Thursday, and they're all gone. I couldn't believe it. And I, pretty shaky, pretty upset, crying, because that was something that me and him did together.
Vina Swango's daughter showed me exactly where the shrubs her parents had planted in the mid-1990s had been. The ground that held the shrubs along the property line is sandy and freshly excavated. A skid loader sits just a few yards away. Two workers building homes behind Swango's property couldn't tell me if their boss had surveyed the property before taking out the shrubs.
But did he tell you to do this?
Samantha Yoho is Swango's granddaughter. She keeps an eye on the house and the new construction behind it.
I wasn't aware that the properties were ready to go until I noticed on Facebook they were up for rent.
The builder is Richard Wall. I spoke to him on the phone and explained the issue. She claims that you have cut into her property. Wall said he was aware of the issue and told me that he had in fact taken down the shrubs and did so without having the property surveyed. Wall claims that the property line is marked by old steel pipes that Swangos had put in the yard years ago. How do you know that those posts were accurate? He said the property line was an assumed line. I went to the Bloomfield Town Hall and tried to get answers from them on what regulations were in place to stop someone from crossing property lines. The clerk could not give me an answer. The Greene County Recorder's Office gave me copies of Swango's plot. Even though the property line is well marked on paper, it is difficult to tell the exact property line. Swango, who believes that she is the victim, must hire a lawyer and have the property surveyed. The county and the town both told me that this is a civil matter. There is a patchwork of ordinances that govern real estate across the state. The Greene County surveyor told me that the county is in the process of updating their ordinances, but nothing is on the books right now to prevent what has happened to Swango.
When people have a dispute over the property lines, really comes down to the fact of whether or not everybody has the first they would need is a survey showing where the property boundaries are.
Slinker Walter says there are two types of surveys. She recommends a boundary survey as the preferred method to protect you and your property.
Because the boundary survey puts the pins on every four corners and it's an exact location.
Swango is now concerned that her trees along the back part of her yard may not be protected. She would like to get a survey done, but it's just not in her budget. To further protect yourself, insist on having your survey recorded in the county recorder's office for an added layer of protection. In Indianapolis, Richard Essex, Wish TV, ITMate.